I'd say about Drew to take that line drive, and I think he retired the last 8 batters he faced after that.
Yeah, he's just a tough kid. I mean, the football background I think helped him out a little bit there, but kind of ugly flashbacks to the Dayton thing last year. Just luckily, I think it got him right in the thigh, which, again, I don't know if that's the best spot or the worst spot, but it didn't get him in the kneecap. But tough kid, and he was going to stay in there and do his thing. I just thought he was really good again today.
Didn't seem like he was super crisp with some of the walks and kind of some line drives right at guys. Just how was he able to battle through that and still be efficient with his outing?
Yeah, I think. I mean, again, guys are gonna run into pitches where Sammy just throws too many strikes. I mean, the odds are in their favor, and their approach all weekend is they were swinging nonstop. I mean, from the first pitch of the game and every game. So he's working on a cutter to get guys kind of off that a little bit more. You guys saw that today. I think it's going to be a weapon, and Frank taught him that like 2 weeks ago. So it's been pretty good. But again, we got to play defense behind him. But that's what Sundays are about. Guys are going to swing the bat. The teams are a little more familiar with each other, and he's the perfect guy for us on Sundays.
How impressive was Blake today for you guys?
Not just today, it's every day. I mean, the stuff he does it's just not normal. Like, he hits balls in BP. You kind of scratch your head and you're like, did that really just happen? But, I don't think he gets enough, I don't know if it's fanfare or credit just because he's a hitter too. I mean, I know he can really leave the yard, but that ability to just flick that ball, I don't even see where it landed, probably the second deck out there, but it's special, and not a lot of guys in the country can do that.
How have you seen him adjust to being kind of the guy in the lineup this year?
Yeah, I mean, last year he did such a good job of just being observant. Like, he was always turn around, he's standing right next to us and kind of right in the fight. I think he really did a good job of getting better while just critically observing the game each day. And he's always been the guy, and it's been real stuff. But he's kind of like, it's not like a verbal running around barking at guys. He just kind of does his thing each day, but he'll take your breath away when he lands on one.
What about the way that he hits lefties? Is that something that he's improved with as he's gotten here, or did he show up able to hit lefties?
Well, he's definitely got a gift. I mean, that hit tool is real, and I think he's definitely gotten better for sure just because, the way we recruit, we have a lot of left-handed pitchers on staff. So, again, I know we're going to run into a lot of lefties this year just because of how many lefties we have, but I think just getting those ABs under his belt and seeing the different slots and different breaking balls has helped him for sure.
Kind of have to pinch yourself as a coaching staff that you get to trot out there the 2 chases and beam and then turn it over to a bullpen where guys probably aren't pitching as much as they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. I mean, every heater is like 95 or above at times. But then when you have Coach Anderson as your pitching coach, you kind of expect that because with his resume and what he's done and the legendary career he's had, I mean, from coast to coast, people want to learn and pitch for that guy. And then obviously what Coach V brings to the table ultimately, like when you come to Tennessee, it's because you want to play for Tony Vitello. So I think the combination of Frank's background, obviously what Tony's background is in pitching as well, it's just kind of a perfect match for pitchers to come here and really find their best.
How impressive was what Bryce did to get out of that jam when he came in?
It was good. I mean, that lefty did a good job as a freshman, taking good hacks and staying on pitches. And through the wipeout pitch is the breaking ball. I mean, statistically, it's a 2,900 spin rate breaking ball. It's analytically a really, really good pitch. And he spiked the one, but just kept throwing strikes and challenged City. That's what you want because with Coach A's pitching staff, our guys are going to throw strikes. So I thought he did a really good job of not giving in and just staying in attack mode to get him out of there.
Second start for Inslee in center. Just kind of what have you seen from him so far this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to, again, with all the lefties that kept running at us, we wanted to try to balance the lineup a little bit better. And he's traditionally probably more of a corner outfielder, but he made a couple plays in the Fall World Series and some other things where he can run it down out there. And just a tough physical kid, just like Beam, another, Tennessee kid with a football background. So, he's got some pop. And, again, we're just trying to shuffle those guys out there. I told him post-game, it's like, offensively, who's going to win a job? Because that's kind of, we're getting closer each day to SEC play, and it's up to those guys to create their own future out there.
Who do you feel like is y'all's best defensive center fielder?
Put me on the spot with that one. I think, again, it doesn't really matter who's the best, I guess, if that makes sense. I mean, I think we trust a lot of guys out there. So, I think getting guys reps in all 3 spots is important. I know Coach Vitello, when he does the lineups and the scrimmages, guys will play one inning in left, one in center, one in right. So creating that versatility for all the guys, I think, it allows us where it doesn't have to be, hey, you're the center fielder. I think our guys take pride in being able to play all 3.
What do you like about Moore in the second in the order?
Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, he's not like maybe a traditional guy where you're going to bunt him or hit and run, but I know at some of the other spots we've been, and even in Major League Baseball times, sometimes the best guys getting thrown in the 2 holes. So, again, he can do damage. He'll stay on pitches. I mean, that ball hit the right center today was scorched. I don't know what the exit velo was, but, he's got to stay on breaking balls a little bit better, and that's something he's been working on, and he'll continue to get better at it for sure.
2 more.
This might be a better question for Frank, but with all those arms that you got to manage there as a coaching staff, how difficult are some of those conversations with guys where you have to say, like, listen, man, you maybe should be getting more run, but that's just not how it is right now.
Right. I mean, there's some guys that even haven't pitched yet that have good stuff on the staff. So I think it's a delicate balance. It's going to be the rest of the year. And whether it be, hey, maybe you just get, Bimby in for 1 or 2 hitters and then go to Bryce, or I think kind of cutting up those innings, we'll have to do that. And then eventually we'll kind of settle into the, 9, 10 guys that those guys like and they have their role. But there's still jobs to be won in the meantime.
Another hit for Tiers today. Just how much trust has he gained kind of these 2 weeks into the season?
He hit so much in high school. He's always hit, I think he hit 350 in the fall last year. But, I mean, you guys remember we had a special group offensively last year, so we didn't want him to get pinched, kind of similar to the pitching situation this year. So it's explosive. I mean, he's up with Burke and Miller with distance and exit velocity, which is not always king. But I know his first AB basically came on a changeup, which he swung through him nonstop when he was a pup. And I think that's what he laced down the right field line today. So having a little bit more feel, but it's explosive and real power in there.
Thank you, Coach.